What's up, Dunkers and Dunkettes? It's Wayne Duncan, No Vision Duncan, and we're here with the Madden 23 Seattle Seahawks realistic rebuild. This is as real as it gets when it comes to realistic. I ain't gonna say it no more. If you know, you know. Last rebuild, the team I despise the most. This rebuild, the team that I love the most, my beloved Seattle Seahawks. And coming into the season in real life, there was no expectations. I didn't think we were going to win no more than 3 games, but you look at the record down there in the NFC West, we finished second place, 9-8 record, over 500. And give it up to Pete Carroll, because most of us, including myself, when we shipped off Russell Wilson and got rid of Bobby Wags, I thought Pete Carroll should go, but I think Pete Carroll was definitely a Coach of the Year candidate. I believe he was snubbed at the NFL Honors, the NFL Awards. He wasn't even in the conversation, but give it up to Brian Daboll and the New York Giants. They did a great job making the playoffs as well, but we did make the wild card round and losing to the NFC division winners, the San Francisco 49ers, who were in the NFC Championship game. But overall, it was a magical season for us. Looking at our team rankings, we came in 9th place in points per game. 11th in passing, 18 rushing. Defense, defense is always slacking. 25 when it came to points per game, 14th in passing, and number 30 for the stopping the run. But we are going to do something a little bit different for this rebuild, especially for year one. When it comes to the draft class, you guys know that I like to use the auto-generated rookies. But because it is like mock draft season, and shout out to them boys, Broshmo, C4, of course, Bengal. I love their YouTube content, love their rebuilds, especially love their mock drafts. But because it is mock draft season, we are going to be using the real life draft class, and we're going to be importing a local file from 2023 ESCO. Make sure y'all download his draft class. They're pretty good, pretty accurate. And we're going to use the draft class, the real life draft class. I'm not really a fan of doing this, but for you guys, we are going to switch it up. And I'm going to draft players that I would like to see my Seattle Seahawks draft in real life come draft time. So as this loads up, we'll look at the class. And there you see it. We have the guys at the top of the board. Of course, Bryce Young is quarterback 1. You got Jalen Carter. They have Miles Murphy right here. Will Anderson. They're all top 5. You got Will Levis, Joey Porter, Brian Brzee. So, pretty accurate. So we are going to use those draft classes. And it is Super Bowl Sunday as I record this. So we do have the Chiefs and the Eagles there. We're starting from the today point. Started from the wild card because they refused to update it for the Super Bowl week. So we start from the wild card, force the wins, all the correct, accurate, not scores, but results of the game. We got to the Chiefs and the Eagles. I am going with Patrick Mahomes. I think he gets his second ring and the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. But we are going to simulate it here to see who wins the Super Bowl here in Madden 23. And it will be the Kansas City Chiefs, and a close one, 35-32. And now, with all that being said, let's meet the team, the roster, the squad here for year one. Looking at the rosters at quarterback 1, we have Geno Smith, and he wrote back. What a season for Geno. When they named him the starter, I was worried. I'm not even going to cap with y'all. I was so worried. I thought we were going to be well below 500, losing season, rebuild. I wanted to go with Drew Lock. When we traded Russell Wilson, we got Drew Lock in the trade. I was like, okay, we can go with Drew Lock. He has a lot of swag. I love Drew Lock. But Geno did his thing. Broke records this season, even broke some of Russell Wilson's records, won comeback player of the year at the NFL Awards, and he rightfully deserved it. What a great season for Geno Smith. It's a season that I will never forget as a Seahawks fan. We got Drew Lock here. Running back, we got K9. Kenneth Walker was in the running for Offensive Rookie of the Year. I think he should have won it, but the Jets, they had a great draft class as well. Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, they won Offensive and Defensive Rookie of the Year. So shout out to them too. Also, Shout out to the Detroit Lions. I haven't forgot about y'all putting us in position to get to the playoffs, beating the Green Bay Packers in the final week. So when it comes to the Lions rebuild, when I get to them, I got something for you, Detroit fans, Detroit Lions fans too. We got Rashad Penny, who is a great running back when he is healthy and on the field. But the problem with him is he's always been injured. Got Travis Homer, who I love as like a special teamer. He's a hard runner. Got DJ Dallas down here. Fullback, you got Cullen, and then wide receiver, you got Tyler Lockett. And please, Madden, put some respect on my boy Tyler Lockett's name. Give the man superstar dev. Next Madden, when Madden 24 comes out, I want to see Tyler Lockett with that shiny gold superstar dev, okay? He's better than a star. Got DK Metcalf, who is the face of the franchise now that B-Wags and Russ is gone. And he matured this season. I will say that. He matured some, better from his rookie year. But DK is the face of the team. Still a monster, still a beast at wide receiver. You got Marquise Goodwin, who came in, the speedster, gave us a great wide receiver 3 option. D. Eskridge, drafted him in the second round a couple of seasons ago and hasn't really panned out for us. Got Laquan Treadwell, my Minnesota Vikings former pick in the first round. Bust, you could say. Got Penny Hart. I love Penny Hart. You got a couple guys here that was on the practice squad, like Cody Thompson. Got Derek Young, who we took in the draft, this past draft. Tight end, we have Will Dissly, great blocking tight end. Noah Fant, who we got in the Denver Broncos trade. Kobe Parkinson, who reminds me a lot of when we had Luke Wilson at tight end, that Wilson to Wilson connection. Now Geno Smith, the Parkinson connection. Got Taylor Mabry down here, Tyler Ott, long snapper, and Carson Tinker. Left tackle got Charles Cross, and on the other side we have the other rookie tackle, Abraham Lucas. But if these two tackles can develop, it could be another Walter Jones, Steve Hutchinson pairing where you have two great offensive linemen. And it's really rare to find two starting rookie tackles that played as well as these two boys played. Love that we got. Sometimes, it's not the sexy pick in the draft, but sometimes you have to start with the offensive line when it comes to the draft, and that is the building blocks. Not a sexy pick, but sometimes it needs to be done. You got Stone Forsythe here as the backup tackle. You got Damian Lewis, who I think has the most potential and not potential, but most upside. He's definitely our best offensive lineman, I think, right now. But eventually it will be probably Charles Cross or Abraham Lucas. Center, you got Austin Blythe, who was kind of like just a Band-Aid there. Got Joey Hunt, Kyle Fuller as backup centers. Right guard, got Gabe Jackson, not what he used to be when he was like with the Raiders, but solid Band-Aid. We can upgrade that position. You got Phil Haynes backing him up. And then at right tackle, we talked about it already. Got Abraham Lucas, got Jake Curhan here. Left end, you got Shelby Harris, who came over from the Broncos trade. You got Quentin Jefferson here. Big Puna Ford, LJ Collier, bust. Miles Adams down there. Then you got Big Al Woods at defensive tackle. Brian Moan, Tyler Shelvin. And then edge rusher, you got Darrell Taylor, who had a quiet, good season. Like, I did not know this when I looked the other day. He had 9.5 sacks on the season. He must have did that really quiet. But I'm glad that Darrell Taylor finally was able to stay somewhat healthy and have a productive season. You got Alden Robinson as the backup. You got Bruce Irvin, the veteran from our Legion of Boom days. You got Tyreek Smith down here, the rookie. And you also got Darrell Johnson Jr. Middle linebacker, you got Jordan Brooks, who I think coming into next season, he still will be injured. So it'd be nice to add to the linebacker room. Got Cody Barton, who just this season was a struggle to watch him. Just a lot of plays, just missing tackles. And I mean, here in Madden, he has a good rating, 26 years of age, 78 overall, star dev. I think it should be bumped down to normal. But I mean, Cody Barton, I was disappointed a little bit in Cody Barton. Got Ben Burr, Curvin here, Tanner Moose, John Radigan, Nick Bellore, who used to be our fullback, but he plays a lot of special teams. That's probably why they have the list as a middle linebacker. V. Jones down here. And then on the right side, you got Chinna Nwosu, who probably was our best free agent signing. He had a great season. I believe he had nine and a half sacks too. Yeah, so he also had 9.5 sacks, just like Darrell Taylor did. But he was a great pickup for this defense. Got Boy Mafe, a rookie, who we can work into the rotation. I think he'll be eventually a starter for us at edge. Corner, Tariq Woolen, probably my favorite pick in the draft. Beast. We had a lot of people mocking him to us, and he fell all the way to us. I think it was in the 5th round. I want to say 5th round it was. Yeah, it was a 5th round pick, 10 in 2022. But Tariq Woolen, beast. It's rare to find that type of size and speed, and he reminds a lot of people of Sherman, or Richard Sherman, like same size, same weight, same like speed, and just everything. Even where they was picked in the draft, it's like mirrored, like perfect splitting image. We got Justin Coleman, who we brought back, had a good season when he went over to, it was like the Detroit Lions, I think. Got him back, great slot corner. Who would have thought that my Seattle Seahawks would have Kobe Bryant and Michael Jackson on the same team? But Kobe Bryant, another rookie corner, along with Tariq Woolen, played great this season, especially when it came to TFLs, or not TFLs, when it came to forced fumbles, stripping the ball out. Kobe Bryant was great. Michael Jackson was great. Came out of nowhere. He was really good. And he got Trey Brown, who I've always loved. If he can stay healthy, he has a lot of potential. Got Artie Burns down here, Isaiah Dunn, and Xavier Crawford. When it comes to our cornerback room, they are young, but I like them a lot. Like, I think between Tariq Woolen, Kobe Bryant, even Mike Jack, he's a bad man. Even Mike Jack Sr. and Trey Brown, I like our cornerback room. Free safety, you got Quandre Diggs, who I believe is our best safety. You got Josh Jones, who played great in the preseason. Got Joey Blunt here. Then at strong safety, you got Jamal Adams, who, I mean, it was a bad trade for us for the Jets. Traded all those first-round picks, and Jamal, he's just been injured every season. Not really that great in coverage. He is his best when he's around the line of scrimmage. But I don't know what we do with Jamal Adams. We made the playoffs without him this season, but I think the defense would be better if he was on the field. So I'm all for keeping him on the roster. Just got to stay healthy. You got Ryan Neal, who stepped up big time with the injury to Jamal Adams, and I love Ryan Neal at safety. You got Jonathan Abram here, who we got, I think, in the middle of the season from the Raiders practice squad, or they might have cut him when we just brought him in as a free agent. And you got T. Tabor here, also, I say, then you got Jason Myers, the Pro Bowl kicker, and then our special teams are special. We got Mike Dixon at punter, who I think is the best punter in the NFL. But that is the roster. I'm going to show you guys the stats on the season. I forgot to look at them. These are the realistic stats from the season. So Geno threw about almost 4,300 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. Started throwing interceptions more towards the second half of the season. But I think you can win with Geno. It just all comes down to the contract, like the length of it, the pay. I think the contract should be respectable on both sides. Good enough for Geno, but also good enough for the team where we can still build and put pieces around him to win. But I do think that Geno may not be the long-term answer. Still probably need to get younger at quarterback. But for right now, this is Geno Smith's team. Had a great season. Kenneth Walker went over 1,000 yards as a rookie, averaged 4.6 yards per carry, 9 touchdowns, no fumbles on the season. Geno had a rushing touchdown, Rashad Penny, before he went down with injury. And in receiver, we had both DK and Tyler both go over 1,000 yards. And then everybody else just, did a little something. And then O-line, they're not going to show the sacks. Defense, Jordan Brooks had a lot of tackles. Cody Barton, I mean, that's kind of misleading. Yes, he had a lot of tackles. He also had 4 TFLs, 2 picks, and 2 sacks. But our defense was on the field a lot. Mike Jack had a good season. Quandre had 4 picks. Kobe Bryant, look at that, 4 TFLs, 2 sacks. And when you look at the forced fumbles, bruh had 4 forced fumbles. It's crazy. Chinna Nwosu had a great season. Ryan Neal stepped up big time. Tariq Woolen, 6 interceptions. Should have been defensive rookie of the year, but shout out to Sauce Gardner, man. Sauce Gardner was QB1, cornerback 1 in this past draft. And then you look at the sack numbers, not a lot. Still could improve, and then Tariq Woolen led the team in sacks. Looking at the kicker, Jason Myers only missed 3, made the Pro Bowl, 91% field goal percentage. And then Michael Dixon, it's great. Godwin, I forgot about him. Godwin. He was a great return man for us when he returned the ball. And then DJ Dallas did a little something. And then we'll look at the yearly awards. MVP went to Patrick Mahomes just like it did in real life. He won the MVP award, I believe, for the second time in his career. Coach of the year goes to Nick Sirianni, but Brian Daboll won it in real life. But this is this the NFC side? No, this is NFL. So it goes to Nick Sirianni here in this Madden world. The NFC Offensive Player goes to Justin Jefferson. He won it in real life. Gino at number 10. You got Nick Bosa. And the Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kenneth Walker. But we do know that the Jets won both of those awards. And you got Aiden Hutchinson here, and then Tariq Woolen right behind him. So that just shows you how great this rookie draft class for us was. Jalen Hurts, best QB. Got Gino at number 3. Running back goes to Christian McCaffrey. Annoying that he got traded within our division. But Kenneth Walker coming in at number 8. Wide receiver goes to Justin Jefferson. Tyler Lockett coming in at number 4. And DK coming in at number 10. Trent Williams for offensive lineman. D lineman goes to Nick Bosa. Linebacker goes to Hassan Reddick. And then we have Chinna Nwosu and Darrell Taylor at 7 and 5. Best DB goes to Chauncey Gardner-Johnson. Tariq Woolen coming in at number 2. And then best kicker goes to Eddie Pinheiro. Jason Myers coming in at number 3. So let's get to the offseason now, where we have to. Why do we have to cut 6 players? We're in the offseason. It says we have to cut 6 players, so let's just do that. So we'll get rid of Sean Mannion, I guess. Don't need him. Don't know why we have to cut 6 players if we're going into the offseason already. Doesn't make a ton of sense, but I guess we'll do it. I guess Darwin Thompson here can get cut. We have a lot of running backs. Let's go to tight ends because we have a lot of long snappers that probably won't make the team. And these receivers, let's get rid of Eastop Winston Jr. Keep the rest of them. Tight end, we'll get rid of Tinker. Just don't need him. 29 overall. And maybe Tyler. Oh, we can't cut Tyler Ott because he is injured. Maybe Tyler Mabry. All right, we'll get rid of Hewitt. Get rid of this guy, Aaron Donker. And I think we just need to get rid of one more person, and we should be good after that. We'll get rid of Crawford. So we cut the 6 players. Still don't understand why we had to. We'll look at the season recap. As the Chiefs win the Super Bowl, Patrick Mahomes is your Super Bowl MVP. Like I said, as I record this, it is going to be Super Bowl Sunday, so we'll have to wait and see if that happens. I do think it's going to be a close game. It is going to be tough to stop the Eagles' RPO with Jalen Hurts, but it's going to be hard to stop Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce on the other side. So here in Madden 23 for this year 1 for the Seahawks, the Chiefs win the Super Bowl. Patrick Mahomes also wins NFL MVP. Nick Sirianni, Devontae Adams, Nick Bosa, and then our Kenneth Walker, and then Jalen Petrie of the Texans. Upgrade. This is probably the practice squad players. Oh, Kenneth Walker. Okay. So we'll upgrade them. Alton Robinson and Dunn. And let's go to the re-sign players. See who we have to re-sign. So we bring back. Do we pay Geno Smith? Do we franchise tag him? Do we give him a long-term deal? Do we give him a short-term deal? Let's look at mock draft 1, too. As Bryce Young to the Bears, I just don't like it. They have Justin Fields. I mean, we've seen the Cardinals here at number 3. We've seen them do it before, but they drafted Josh Rosen, and then the next year when they brought in Cliff Kingsbury, they brought in Kyler Murray. So, I mean, it isn't out of the realm of realistic, but we all saw what Justin Fields did. I don't think they take Bryce Young. I think they actually trade down from number 1 to number 4, and then we see like some quarterbacks go off, and then we're going to see Jalen Carter or Will Anderson at number 3, and whoever the Cardinals don't take, the Bears will take at probably number 4. So I do think that will happen. But here in this first mock draft, they have us taking Myles Murphy at number 5. I actually don't hate that. I've seen a lot of mocks where we take a Myles Murphy or we take a Tyree Wilson at number 5. Hell, I think we can even trade down and get one of them. So I actually don't hate that. I don't like the fact that the Texans here are mocked to take C.J. Stroud and Will Levis. Doesn't make a ton of sense. And then they have us taking Jackson Smith and Jigga at number 20 for our second first-round pick. So I actually don't hate that because we could use a wide receiver 3. It hasn't really worked out with Dwayne Eskridge. Marquise Goodwin is kind of on the older side. So I actually don't, the mock draft, besides the Bryce Young, number 1 to the Bears, that's the only questionable one. Check out the retirements. As see a couple guys, Bruce and Big Al Woods retires. Okay. So those are the 2 we lose. Dwayne Brown, former Seattle Seahawk. See if Tom Brady retires in this because he did retire in real life, and he does not. He's going to play another season. Y'all know Brady might end up coming back anyway. All right, so let's go to the contracts to see who is there. So Rashad Penny, I think, honestly, Rashad Penny deserves a fresh new start somewhere else. I mean, when he's been on the field for us, he's been great, especially a couple seasons ago or last season where that 5-game stretch, he looked like the best running back in the league when we brought in my favorite player, Adrian Peterson. But he looked like the best running back in the league in that 5-game stretch. But once again, got injured. I think, especially with K9 at running back now with Kenneth Walker, let Rashad Penny go and get a fresh start somewhere else. Geno, on the other hand, I would give Geno like a 2-year deal, up the money a little bit, 11.5, just because, Pro Bowl type season, and up 30-some million a year. And we'll see if he takes that. And he's decided to stay with the team. So I will take that. Now, Cody Barton in Madden, the dev trait, the overall, it's okay. But I'm going based off of real life and what he did for us. And I think Cody Barton could get like a nice contract somewhere else on another team, and we could upgrade the linebacker spot. Plus, I have plans on what I'm going to do at the linebacker spot, probably using Jamal Adams more around the line of scrimmage. Jason Myers, Pro Bowl kicker, got to keep him. I think we actually extended him to like a 4-year deal in real life, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to up the money for him. And he's happy to come back. Ryan Neal. Now, I would love to keep Ryan Neal, and I'm actually going to give him a contract. I might be overpaying a little bit for some of these guys, but I want to keep them. And Ryan Neal is coming back. Marquise Goodwin is a good wide receiver 3, and I would not mind bringing him back on a 1-year deal. And he comes back. Okay, everybody buying in. This is why they're my favorite team. Now, Big Puna, we didn't use him. We used him too much on the field this season. I probably would let him test free agency, but I would not be against bringing him back. We do need to upgrade the front 3. We just lost Big Al Woods to retirement, so that was a big one. So we have to replace him. We got Shelby Harris. Probably going to draft a DN in the first round, pick 5 if we stay at 5. But Big Puna, I think I will let him test free agency, offer him a contract in free agency, see if he comes back. Justin Coleman, I will let walk. Mike Jack, I want him back. He's a bad man. What else can I say about him? I want him back. Up the money just a little bit. But he comes back. Okay, so we get Mike Jack back, getting a lot of our depth guys back. LJ Collier, bust. I want him off the team. Jonathan Abram, not interested. Austin Blitz, we can upgrade. Phil Haynes, back up. Artie Burns, no. Now, Travis Homer. I love Travis Homer. I mean, we have K9 on a rookie deal. So actually, I would not mind bringing Travis Homer back on a deal. So get Travis Homer back. Laquan can leave. Ben Burr can leave. Josh Jones can leave. Nick Bellore, he's a team captain. He is great and all, but I think we could upgrade. He's not at fullback anymore either, but I think we could upgrade that spot. T. Tabor, no. Penny Hart. I like Penny Hart, but I mean, brought back Marquise Goodwin. We have like guys like Derek Young. Cody Thompson can go. Tanner Moose. All these other practice squad guys. Now, Godwin is a great return man, but we're already paying Travis Homer for that, so he can go. And Daryl Johnson. Drew Lock, there is an option where we can roll with Geno for a couple of years, and instead of drafting a quarterback, we could groom Drew Lock behind Geno, kind of like how Geno sat behind Russell Wilson for a couple of years. So, I mean, we could keep Drew Lock. He's still only 26, but in this, I'm not going to give him a contract. Probably look to draft Geno's eventual successor. I want to say replacement because Geno was great for us this season. And then all these other guys, I'm just not interested in bringing back. So our big losses right now would be, I guess you could say Austin Blythe because he was a starter, Justin Coleman, Big Puna, Cody Barton, and Rashad Penny. All guys that we can replace or upgrade. So I'm not going to worry too much about it. And we'll head to free agency to see who is there. All right, let's look at the roster and our needs. So, I mean, quarterback, we can always draft Geno's successor, Kenneth Walker here with the new superstar dev trait. Let's go. Brought back Travis Homer. We got DJ Dallas still. So we still got running backs on the roster. Fullback we don't have. We got DK, Tyler, Marquise. Still got Dwayne Eskridge. I'll let him compete probably a good win next season. Got Derek Young, K. Johnson. So we got some young receivers there. Got Noah Fant here still. Will Disley, Cody Parkinson. But we need center. We need D-line help. I like our edge rushers. People always say we need edge every single season, but I mean, I don't think not necessarily this season. We can always upgrade or add competition, but they played okay last season, especially from the edge. We could use middle linebacker, corner. They say we could add help, but I like our corners. I like our four corners between Bryan and Woolen and Jackson and Brown. Free safety Quandre, and then we brought back Ryan Neal, and I'm probably going to use Jamal Adams more in that linebacker role. Let's look at free agents, though, to see what big names are available. We got Tony Pollard as the top name. You got guys like Michael Thomas, Miles Sanders, Jordan Poyer, Johnny Garza Johnson, Tom Brady, who didn't retire in this. But let's look at positions that we need. So we'll look at linebacker first. You got guys like T.J. Edwards here, Leighton Vander Esch, Cody Barton here. But not like any of the options there for us. Josh Allen here at edge. Let's look on the D-line. I was thinking maybe like a Deron Payne maybe would be here, but he's not. Don't really see anybody I'd be interested in. Maybe like a Bryce Huff. Let's look at running back. So a name that I would be interested in to replace like a Rashad Penny is Jamal Williams, the Kazakage Jamal Williams. I would give him like a 2-year deal. The money we have, even though I just brought back Travis Homer, I like him as like a special teamers, as a third down back. Bring in Jamal Williams, who just had a 1,000-yard season with the. We can actually pay him a little bit more money than that. Just had a 1,000-yard season with the Detroit Lions. He was getting more carries than DeAndre Swift. But bring him in, pair him up with K9. Pete Carroll loves to run the football. I like that. So let's bring in Kazakage and Jamal Williams. And then Big Puna Ford. But we can look on the offensive line to see who is available at center. So you got Matt Paradis, Ethan Pokich, the former Seattle Seahawk. But don't see any names there that would be big upgrades. Maybe Nate Davis. I would sign somebody here on the offensive line, but there's just nobody here. At center, so we got left guard. Maybe Ben Powers, Risner. Just nobody that I'm interested in. And then D line. I mean, do we bring back Big Puna? Got Shelby Harris. Probably gonna draft someone. We do need a nose tackle though. Also, do need a nose tackle. But I think we're probably just gonna play it safe here and just save our money. Seahawks were really not big spenders in free agency anyway. But I think we're gonna save our money here and just try to bring in a backup run or RB2. Gonna get a lot of carries here though in this scheme. Let's bring in Jamal Williams. So let's see if we can get him, and boom, we get Jamal Williams, pair him up with K9. Great running back room. Let's look at some of the players that we could potentially get now in the draft. I am going to look at quarterback too, just because we have Geno Smith. We are going to look at quarterbacks. I'm looking at Anthony Richardson. He's the one that I would love for the Seahawks to draft. I thought about C.J. Stroud earlier in the season. Some people have even mocked Will Levis to us. If we would have stayed like in that top 3, we slipped down to 5. We were top like 3 with that Broncos pick. I was hoping to get maybe like a Bryce Young. Remind me of like a Russell Wilson. But Anthony Richardson is that would be like one of my dream picks for us. And I wouldn't mind like taking a swing on him like in the first round. I think he's going to rise up a lot of people's boards. I do think he will go in the first round. Bijan's best running back in the class. It's going to be interesting to see where he ends up. Receiver, I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba would be a great wide receiver 3 for us, a great slot receiver. Quentin Johnson would be a great deep receiver for us. I wouldn't mind adding him to the list. Even Jordan Addison. Even like Zay Flowers. Let's look at offensive line, interior offensive line. I think John Michael Schmitz, and I think Osiris Torrance. I think Osiris Torrance is the best interior offensive lineman in the draft. So having him or John Michael Smith would be great upgrades to the offensive line. And then, of course, you got the tackles like Paris Johnson and the other 2, Broderick Jones and Peter Skoronski. I think they're the top 3 in the class. Miles Murphy, Tyree Wilson is probably going to be one of those guys is probably going to be our first pick. Whoever gets taken before us will end up with the other one. And then other guys like Lucas Van Ness. They have him as projected around 3 or 4. I think he could go in the first round. I'm going to add him to the list. And then on the other side, on right end, guys like maybe like Isaiah Foskey, maybe a Derek Hall. I'm not going to add him to the list, though. And then nose tackle, Brian Brzee. We could get Javon Joseph. Siaki Ika, though, is another name, kind of like Anthony Richardson, that I would just love that. He's just a big boy, man. He's a big, meaty boy, space eater. I like him a lot. Siaki Ika, I would love that pick for us. And then edge or middle linebacker, Jack Campbell. That'd be a good pick for us. So on the right side, we're not going to get like a Will Anderson now. And then corner, Keely Ringo would be a name I would like. He's, big, fast, kind of like a Tariq Woolen. And then, Brian Branch could be in play for us, even like Antonio Johnson, maybe a Jordan Battle, if we want to draft safety. But we just brought back Ryan Neal. We got Jamal Adams, so safety probably not big need. We still got Quandre. But let's go to the draft. I'm excited because I don't even know what I'm going to do in this draft. I don't know what my Seahawks are going to do. We have 2 first-round picks. We have 2 second-round picks. Do we trade back? Do we trade up? Do we stay put? Who do we take? Do we take a quarterback? Do we take a receiver? Do we take O-lineman? I don't know what we're going to do. The draft really starts at pick 5. The first 4 picks are going to be quarterbacks, going to be Jalen Carter, going to be Will Anderson. The draft really doesn't start until the Seahawks pick at number 5. Let's take a look at this mock draft too, see if it's changed any. And Bryce Young still going number 1 overall. Not to like a Texans, not to a Colts, but the Bears. Come on, Madden. They still have us taking Miles Murphy, and then with our second first round pick, they have us taking Javon Dexter. Okay, so it changed from Jackson Smith and Jigba to Javon Dexter. So look at free agency one more time just to make sure that we're not missing anybody that we would like to sign. Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna sign any of these guys. Maybe we bring back Puna Ford. Has anybody signed? I don't think we're gonna bring back Big Puna. I think we'll let Big Puna walk, and let's just simulate to the draft. I like him though. I like Big Puna as a player, but I think if we go like a Miles Murphy, Tyree Wilson, and then we get like a Siaki Ika, it just won't be no room or no need for Puna Ford. So that's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm not bringing him back. So not spending all our money. And let's look at mock draft 3. And they have the 3 quarterbacks. So come on, man. Will Levis to the Cardinals. I mean, now Colin Murray could be a trade candidate now that Cliff Kingsbury has left or got fired by the Arizona Cardinals. So, I mean, they could go quarterback. They've done it before. Will Anderson, number 4. And then they still have us taking Miles Murphy. So the game wants us to get Miles Murphy. So, I mean, that could be a name. And then at 20, they have us taking Javon Dexter now. Okay. And private workouts probably don't need to do because, I mean, these are the real life draft classes. They're going to have the same dev traits. And, we know who the players are. We know who should be good, who should not be good. And, that's why I like the auto generated a little bit better because it's unpredictable. You don't know what you're getting until they, get on the field and you simulate the games, play the games or whatever. But let's start the NFL draft.
The Chicago Bears are now
As
on the
the
clock.
Bears, will they go with Bryce Young at number 1? We're going to find out right now as they
On the
go.
clock now, the Houston
Bryce
Texans.
Young, number 1 for the Bears, shocking the whole league, shocking the whole draft. What do they do with Justin Fields now? Shaking my head. Texans, what are they going to do? Are they going to go quarterback, get their franchise quarterback? They
The
go
Cardinals on the
CJ
clock now.
Stroud. Okay. And then the Cardinals, are they going to go quarterback and do what the Bears did? Let's find out. Or will they go Will Anderson or Jalen Carter? They go Will
Texans are
Levis.
now on the clock.
If Jalen Carter. If Will Anderson or Jalen Carter makes it to my team, do I take him?
Now the Seattle
Okay, there goes
Seahawks
Will
are on the
Anderson,
clock.
right? Do we go Jalen Carter? Now, I do know there's going to be some teams that look at like his character concerns or whatnot, but he could be the best player in the draft, bro. He could be the best player in the draft. Now, if we had stayed at number 3 and not slipped down to 5, Jalen Carter was a name that I would love to get. Now, I'm wondering, do I just bypass those teams taking quarterbacks and do we just take Jalen Carter? Do we just take Jalen Carter here? Or do we do what I would think would be the right thing and take like a Miles Murphy or a Brian Breezy here at number 5? Could this happen in real life? The teams pass on them? This is my first time using the real life draft classes. Wouldn't it be something to get the best player in the draft? I'm going to do it. I'm going to draft Jalen Carter.
It's
He,
the
he
Detroit
slipped to me.
Lions now on the
He
clock.
slipped to me. I was gonna get a Miles Murphy. I was gonna get Tyree Wilson. I was gonna even probably trade back and end up getting one of those guys and acquire more draft capital. But hey, Jalen Carter slipped to me. So why not? Why not? So we get Jalen Carter, and let's see what the Lions do. They go Joey
Raiders
Porter.
now on the clock.
The Raiders will go Brian Breezy. Titans will go Miles
Selection, the
Murphy.
New York Jets.
And this is just playing out crazy. Peter Skoronski, I like that for the Jets. The Falcons go Tyree Wilson. I like that a lot. That's a great fit.
They're on the clock.
Eagles, Keely Ringo. Okay.
On the clock
Panthers go
now,
Quentin
the
Johnson.
Houston Texans.
Texans, they go Jared Verse. Patriots go
The Green Bay
Isaiah
Packers are
Foskey.
now on the clock.
Christian Gonzalez for Green Bay.
The
Nolan
Steelers now
Smith.
on the
Steelers
clock.
go Roderick Jones, I like that, even though
On the
I don't
clock
like them.
now,
Noah
it's the
Sewell
Tampa
going to
Bay
the Lions to
Buccaneers.
play with his brother Panay Sewell at tackle, so I like that little storyline. And then the Bucks before us,
Next
they
up,
go
it's the
Trenton Simpson.
Seahawks on the
So I
clock.
mean, it could have went Anthony Richardson. Don't know if they brought Brady back, but look at the names here. We got Jackson Smith and Jigba, Brian Branch, Jordan Addison, even like Harris Johnson. Even though we don't need tackles, Anton Harrison, Devon Witherspoon, who could be, it says Witherspoon, but it's Witherspoon. Here, he could be cornerback one. Antonio Johnson, got Bijan here. Siaki Ika. But I think this is the right move. I think we go Anthony Richardson, quarterback. If we take him now, we could wait to the second round, but there's not a guarantee he will be there. I think another team will get him, but he's not NFL ready yet. He is going to need 1 or 2 years to sit and develop and learn. And I like the option of taking him in the first round because we do get that 5th-year option. So I think this would be a great pickup. So we're going Anthony Richardson, quarterback of the future.
Next up, it's
Pull the
the
trigger. He doesn't have a depth
Bills
trait.
on the clock.
That's fine. We get AR-15 on the team, and what a draft for us. We get our future franchise quarterback. We probably get the number one player in the draft in Jalen Carter. I'm just going to stick with the storyline. He slipped because of character concerns, all right? And then let's see what the
The
Dolphins go. They go
Bills
Paris
are
Johnson.
on the clock.
He probably will go
The
much
Chargers
higher than that.
now are
Cam
on the
Smith
clock.
to the Ravens.
The
We
Minnesota
got Javon
Vikings
Dexter.
now
Now I'm
on the
wishing I
clock.
actually brought back Big Puna because I was expecting to get like a Miles Murphy or Tyree Wilson. I was not expecting to get Jalen Carter. Um, man.
The Jaguars
So
are
Jackson
on
Smith
the
and Jacob
clock.
to my Vikings, I like that. Him, if we keep Thielen and Justin Jefferson, who I think is wide receiver one in the league, go Vikes. I like that. Jaguars, they go
On the
Jordan
clock.
Addison,
The
add another weapon for
Giants.
Trevor Lawrence. The Giants
It's the
go Clark
Cowboys
Phillips.
now on the clock. It's the
Cowboys go
Buffalo Bills
Bijan. So
now on the
I actually
clock.
like that. Bijan, if they lose Tony Pollard or get rid of Zeke, get off that Zeke contract.
The Bills
And then Siaki
are
Ika
on
goes
the
to the
clock.
damn. I mean, we don't need him now though because we got how did I forget already? Jalen Carter. You got
On
freaking
the
Jalen
clock
Carter.
now, it's the
Witherspoon
Denver
to the Bengals.
Broncos.
That is exceptional value. That is great value. He will not go at pick 29. He's going to go probably in the top 10, at least top
The
15 in real life.
Philadelphia
Anton Harrison to the
Eagles on the
Broncos.
clock now.
And then the Eagles
The
go
Chiefs
Brian
are on
Branch.
the
And then the
clock.
Chiefs go
The Pittsburgh
Andre
Steelers are
Carter. So
now
let's look at
on
the
the clock.
board because this draft is not playing out how I expected. So, um, got a future franchise quarterback. Don't need any running backs. We could go receiver. We could go like a Zay Flowers. We could go.
The Houston Texans are
I
now
think
on
I
the
I think I
clock.
know where we're going next. I think I know where we're going next. So BJ Ojolari goes. I think Osiris Torrance might have went. Didn't see his name on the board. Um,
It's now the
Jalen Hyatt to
Arizona
the
Cardinals
Texans.
selection. They're
Cardinals go Felix Anudike Uzama, and then the Colts go
on the clock now.
Hendon
The
Hooker.
Seattle
Okay, they
Seahawks.
get their future franchise quarterback. But we are gonna go Michael Mayer, probably tight end one here. Where is Osiris Torrance? He must have got taken, right? Did I miss that? No, he's down here. Why is Osiris Torrance in the round 3 to 4? Wasn't he? I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But we're going to take John Michael Schmitz at center to be our replacement for Austin Blythe. So let's take John Michael Schmitz at center to be our starting center. And then we also have another second round pick. And we'll see who may fall to us here. And what is a position that we may need? I think middle linebacker. We could go like a Jack Campbell. Cyrus Torrance. No, we're not going to draft him because I just don't think that would happen. I think Lucas Van Ness is another name that probably would be in the first round. So I'm not gonna cheat the game like that. Not gonna do that to him. Great tight ends in this class too. You got guys like Luke Musgrave, Tucker Kraft. Let's get the receivers. A lot of receivers here. So you got Rasheed Rice, got Josh Downs, got Zay Flowers here. We could go Zay Flowers. Even though we got Goodwin, we got D. Eskridge, Zay Flowers, the burner. But I think for position, we need to go defense probably. So I would go with Jack Campbell here. Let's go Jack Campbell.
With the next pick,
add more room to the line. But we lost Cody Barton. We lost. Did we lose Ben Burke-Irvin?
Now the Seattle Seahawks.
And we have a third round pick. And let's see who is on the board. Receivers, nothing there really for us. I mean, Lucas Van Ness is still there, bro. I'm not going to do it because I think, honestly, he will go like in the first round. So I'm not going to do that. Jamie Robinson, that would be a good player. I think Jamie Robinson can go in the second round. We don't need, I mean, Quandre, who do we have behind Quandre? Who do we have behind Quandre Diggs, bro? Josh Jones, Joey Blunt, we got Ryan Neal, Jamal, Jamie Robinson. I think we go Jamie Robinson. I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to go Jamie Robinson, free safety.
On the clock now, it's the Miami
Backup Quandre. Could be the eventual replacement of Quandre Diggs.
Next up, it's the Seahawks on the clock.
And I'm trying to think. We still need D-line help, right? And why is Lucas Van Ness? I just want to pull the trigger, bro, and take him. But I just know, like, we got Jalen Carter already, so I'm not gonna do the game like that. Even though I know for sure the game would definitely do some baby back to me. I mean, another name like Kalijah Cansey. I think Kalijah Cansey could sneak into the first round. Yeah, where do we go? These guys are really scheme fits. Go receiver, Dante Demas. I don't need him. Yeah, I don't think Tucker Kraft would be here in the fourth round. Maybe, but I don't know where we go here. Do I just simulate the rest of the draft? Let me. I can't unlike Lucas Van Ness. They'll probably take him, which is why I need to hurry my ass up and draft a name here. Are they gonna take Lucas Van Ness? I don't know, man. Probably just gonna simulate the rest of the draft. They're gonna take. I knew they were gonna take Lucas Van Ness. Y'all saw it. I did not make the pick. They took Lucas Van Ness. Yes, they took him. They took him. User pick.
On the clock now.
We got a linebacker. We got D-line. Did we get corner yet? Let's go safety. We didn't get a receiver. Maybe offensive lineman. Let's go maybe like Layden Robinson. We'll go Layden Robinson. Great last name. And 6th round pick. Oh, we have another 5th round pick. Okay. Maybe we trade this one. Might trade out of this one, get a pick next year. Let's get not trading with the 49ers, Green Bay. Let's get a 5th round pick from, who do I think is going to be bad? Browns or Raiders? Let's get a 5th round pick from the Raiders and a 7th round pick next year. And we'll see who they take with that pick. And they go Dante Demas, wide receiver that we thought about taking. We don't have a fullback on the roster. Maybe I go fullback. With this 6th round pick. Let's go fullback. But which one, though? Monte Pottebaum. Jared Russ. Let's go Pottebaum.
The Kansas City Chiefs now on the clock.
Need a fullback on the roster. And then with our 7th round pick, if we have a 7th round pick, and we don't have a 7th round pick, and we'll look at a draft recap. I mean, great value getting Jalen Carter at 5. Don't know why he didn't. I mean, I thought we were going to get Myles Murphy or Tyree Wilson, and Jalen Carter was right there. So, I mean, we don't want to call it realistic. Don't call it realistic. I can't control who the other teams take. Will Levis going to the Cardinals and Bryce Young go to the Bears. I didn't think that was going to happen. Got Anthony Richardson in the 1st round. Will be our future franchise quarterback. Will sit behind Geno at least for a season or 2. John Michael Smith, I think, was a great pick in the 2nd round at pick 5. We get our starting center, Jack Campbell, who can come in and compete. He will definitely be like middle linebacker 3 or 2, but I'm going to try to use Jamal Williams in a row. Jamie Robinson, also great value, great pick. He can back up Quandre and Jamal. Also play a little bit behind Ryan Neal. Lucas Van Ness, I wasn't trying to draft him. It just happened. All right, it just happened. And then Layden Robinson here as a backup guard, and then we got the fullback. So overall, I think it was a great draft for us. I don't think our draft would end up like that. I don't think we're going to get a Jalen Carter. I was expecting to get a Myles Murphy or a Tyree Wilson. It just didn't happen like that, guys. I'm sorry. But Jalen Carter to the Seattle Seahawks, hey, I'll take it. I will take it. But that'll wrap it up for the draft as we advance to the preseason. But, I mean, free agency, we just did something light. Went after Jamal Williams to add to the running back room, and then y'all seen how the draft played out. But honestly, if I'm the Seahawks, we probably trade down from that spot and then end up getting a Myles Murphy or Tyree Wilson, acquire more picks. But I would love for us to take a swing on Anthony Richardson if in the 1st round if he's available. If another team doesn't trade up for him, to snag him before we can. And then, of course, we got to go defense. If we stay at pick 5, we got to go defense anyway. We need to go defense heavily in this draft just to add more pieces and more competition to our defense. Because I think our offense overall will be fine, but the defense always could and is going to need more work. But that'll wrap it up for part 1, year 1 of the Seattle Seahawks Realistic Rebuild here in Madden 23. Until the next episode.